Oh boy. Well, good evening, everyone. Hi, my name's Anissa, and I'm with Stampin' with Anissa. And sorry about that. I'm super late. Um, I had technical issues. and oh, hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, I'm super duper late. I'm not sure. So what happened was today, my phone, I don't know, it froze. And since this afternoon, I have not been able to use my personal phone. I'm on my work phone actually right now because I just didn't have another device to use, so I just had to use this really quick. And it's unbelievable, but my phone, I used it, I was looking at an app and it just totally froze. And now I can't get out of it. I can't use it. I can't turn it off. I let the battery go all the way down and it still won't let me use it. I turned it off and when it was down and it's still stuck. So I am not sure what's going on. So anyways, I had issues. So anyways, I didn't find out about it until like last minute. And so I had to really think of what plan B was going to be. But anyways, so I'm glad that I solved my issue and you're here with me. But anyways, today's Sunday. It's my simple Sunday. My name is Anissa and I'm with Stampin' with Anissa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in California. And tonight, I've got a few announcements. Sorry. With my chaos that was happening, I like shuffled everything around. So, before I go and show you what we're gonna make today, I wanted to go over Celebration. So Celebration is when you can earn free Stampin' Up! Product for $50 for every $50 you purchase. It's first come, first serve. So some of the products I think might be like done. I think no, because I did order some stuff and so I got them. So I think there's still some available. So this is the Celebration catalog. I don't know if you can hold on a second. There's a way to do it so that you could see. But anyways, so this is the Celebration catalog. Let me try something else. No, not gonna work. Okay. So here's a Celebration catalog, and in this catalog you can get free product. And just so you know, I think I did this before, but we're gonna do it again. We're gonna make something using this stamp set, and it's something that it's a stamp set that you could get if you purchase $50 of Stampin' Up! Product. But yes, this ends on September 30th. So anything you purchase from the annual catalog, the mini catalog, can get you to earn product from this brochure. So let's see here. That ends on the 30th. Also, what ends on the 30th is that the starter kit. The starter kit for a starter kit, you can purchase $125 worth of Stampin' Up! Product for $99. And with that, you get to pick one of the bundles, and usually that's worth 50, sometimes 40 to 60, I think, dollars. And so you'll be able to get that as well for free. So you'll get $125 worth of product for $99, and then you get to pick a bundle. And the bundles come from the mini catalog, okay? And you get to do that, and that ends also on the 30th. But see, what's great is that if you if you decide to do the starter kit, yeah, if you decide to do the starter kit, then you'll be able to join on stage. And on stage is, I think it happens a couple of times in the year, and on stage is going to happen in November, and you'll get the opportunity to see the new annual catalog, or at least get to preview some of the products that will be on the annual catalog. And it's a time when all of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators get together, do some projects. Now, because of COVID, we have to do it on Zoom, but it's still fun. It's like, I think it's like one day. I'm not sure, but you know, I'll get details more. But if you do purchase the starter kit, you're technically a demonstrator. There's a lot of people who are hobby demonstrators, and that's technically what I am. But you know, but there are also people who just do it like completely, like they don't. This is their job. But people like me do this and have another job as well. But yeah, you get to go ahead and go, and we'll do Zoom. They show us, we do get to do different projects. You get to just see what's up with Stampin' Up! And what's going to be coming out in the following year. So that's fun. And sign up for that also ends on September 30th. So everything is like converging on September 30th, right? Also, let's see here. Also, I will be putting out next week my third part of the series, of my Christmas series for the projects. I'll be putting that out this coming week. Okay, and I think that is it. So I just wanted to go over all of that before we get into making the card. So today is Simple Sunday, and in Simple Sundays, we go over making cards using Stampin' Up! Product, and I try to make it as simple as possible. Sometimes I get a little adventurous and want to do take it up a notch, but you know, today I'll show you two different ways. We'll do it a simpler way, where it's just cardstock, ink, and stamp sets. We'll do some embossing because you know I like embossing. And then I'll show you another, I added a different way, it's somewhat advanced, not too advanced, but it's a little bit more advanced. And I'll show you that here in a second. So let me get ready to go ahead and show you. And so hold on one second. I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready here. So, stand by. For some reason, it's a little blurry. I'm not sure why. It's a little blurry. Usually, oh, there we go. I think I had to put something closer. That's why I put my hand there. Okay, so here's the project. Here's an envelope. So that's one of it. Like, we're gonna, and this is what we call a slimline card. And this is the card. So there's the envelope, and this is the Slimline card. And I wanted to do yellows, and then to pop, give, you know, the letters some, I guess, pizzazz, I made it a contrasting color, which is Bermuda Bay. So anyways, this one is the little more advanced one, and I'll be showing you another way where it's just, you don't, I had to use dyes to create this, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But let's start off with making the base. Okay, so put everything here off to the side, and like I said, we are going to be using the stamp right here from Textures and Frames, and so we'll be using this stamp set. Okay, we'll also be using, for the sentiment in the middle, this congratulations and peaceful moments, and this is from the annual catalog. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this off to the side, and let's start with creating the base of the card. And so the base of the card is, so this card right here is 8.5 by 8.5 by 3.5. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cut at 7. So this already is 8.5, right? This is your normal 8.5 by 11. So we're going to cut the long end at 7. You want it to be the brown piece, the brown little thingamabobber. And then we're going to score it at 3.5. Okay. And now I am going to take I'm going to take my bone folder here and varnish it to get it, and I have it a nice crisp edge. And so we're going to put this off to the side, and then we're going to take the remainder part that got cut off, and we're going to cut this at 8 by 3. So this is 8.5, right? So we're just going to cut it to the 8. And then by 3. Oops. Great. So we're going to put this off to the side. The scraps. So here is our, it's what we're going to add to our white base. I could have used a different color, but I love white. This is your basic white thick cardstock. So here are the colors that we're going to use. We are going to be using Daffodil Delight, Mango Melon, and Crushed Curry. So let's open this up. It's very difficult to open these little stamp things, but eventually you get used to it. So let's see here. Here is the stamp, and what I did was I centered it, and I centered it. What I did was I went ahead and measured. I know this is 8 inches, and so I went in, I just marked 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches here. So I know that's the center right there. Put 2 little dots, and I'll erase them later. Okay, and I know to work within those parameters. So I take the stamp. Now, when you're stamping and you're putting your stamp on the ink pad, a lot of times you have to be careful because you want to make sure you get complete coverage on the on the stamp, because sometimes you get bubbles and then they don't show up. So there's that, and then I stamp off once and then I stamp again, and it gives you, I don't know if you could see it, but it gives you a lighter color of the same color. And just so you know, I guess I was inspired by a card that was on the Stampin' Up! Website. I loved it. I don't know if the designer team made it, but I'm casing it. So I did my own version of it because I really liked it a lot, what they did. Okay, so that was Daffodil Delight, and now we're going to do Mango Tango. So you go like this, tap, 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 and I'll go ahead and put one here. And I staggered there we go. I staggered the stamp, right, just to give it a different look. And then I'm going to go for crushed curry. So I go stamp, and I go here. Beautiful. Okay. So that's fairly simple. Now I gotta, yeah, this is the hard part. Trying to close it. Okay, so there's that. I close that. And that. Okay. Clean my stamp. I love this stamp cleaner. I really do. Okay, great. And it fit just within that edge here. I mean, within my markers, right? Like I told you. And now, this is super simple card. I'm going to go ahead and take the card. I'm going to use the Stamparatus. Like I said, I have loved this. I think I've used this before, but I really, you know, I'm going to put it up here on the top. That just makes it easier. I love this device. It's great. It allows you to, you know, when you stamp something sometimes, the first time you put it down, your first time you stamp it, sometimes it doesn't stamp completely. And then that's just how it goes. But this allows you to re-stamp in the same place. And you know, with accuracy. Because you don't have to, if you have it on a block, right? So you use the block, you put it on top, you're going to have to line it up. That's sometimes impossible. But if you use a Stamparatus, it's great. It does a great job of just, you know, making sure that you stamp at the same place. So, comes with these magnets. You never want to have these magnets too close to each other because they snap. Some people have hurt or pinched their fingers, pinched their skin. It's horrible. Sometimes they shatter when they clamp together. So you need to pay attention and make sure like they're not touching. So I'm going to center this as best as I can. I'm going to put it like right there. Okay. Now I'm going to take this plate. So it comes with 2 plates. You can purchase more. And what's great is that you can purchase more because there's projects that you can use and without having to take the stamp off, put another, you know, another stamp. It's just crazy like that. So, hold on a second. Sorry. I'm trying to find this one thing. Okay. So rather than having to, you know, remove stamps, put a new stamp on, whatever, it's just better just have several plates, and you can constantly just use those plates and just keep them in order and be organized at how you you know, whatever you're stamping. So anyways, getting back to this project. So I have my stamp on the plate. I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay ink pad and just go like this and stamp, you know, dab, dab, dab. Okay, I'm trying not to get it on the edges because that is not a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp, and then you get the sentiment on there, but it's not so dark, right? And that's because sometimes when you do once, it doesn't look as clear. So I go ahead and I stamp again. Okay. And then I do it again. And now it's darker and looks really good. So here's the thing though. Here's what I want to do. I want to emboss it. I think I've embossed on the last few weeks every single time. But I love embossing. So now I just have to clean off that stamp. Notice I'm not moving it because when I'm embossing, when I'm embossing, I want it to, I'm gonna have to restamp, and I'm gonna restamp with my Versamark. So let me explain it, because I think the other times that I have done embossing, it's either black or white. Well, the embossing powder doesn't come in Bermuda Bay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use clear embossing powder, which I have in here. Oh no, my spoon fell in there. Ugh. Anyways, I'm just waiting for it to dry a little bit. Okay. I'm waiting for it to dry. I'm going to test it out a little. Oops, still wet. Hold on. Actually, I think I'm going to use my heating tool. Okay, I think it's dry now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so great. So now I'm going to take my, I'll need to take my Versamark ink, and Versamark, this ink pad is what they call it. It's a watermark stamp pad. So when you take your stamp and you know, tap it into your stamp pad, it's a sticky, clear substance that goes on there, and then you go ahead and do whatever you need to do, like stamp it on the item that you're stamping, and then what'll happen is that'll allow the embossing powder to stick on it, only on the areas that have the Versamark ink on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my little powder bag, and this will help to, well, I guess you can't really see clear, but that little baggie, oh no, that little baggie helps with, there's my spoon, with allowing the powder to stick where it needs to stick, right? Okay, great. Got my spoon. Okay. Ugh, that's messy. So I take the Versamark pad, tap, 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 tap. Okay, because I want it to go on and be sticky. Cover it up. Always make sure to cover it up. Come down, press. See? Didn't have to move anything. You know, I like to do it again. Okay. Voila. Okay, so this will just make it stand out more and then be shiny. So I'm going to go ahead and move that, take the magnets out, make sure they don't stick together. Then take the clear embossing powder and go ahead and pour, oops, powder on there. and I tap it to get the unused whatchamacallit, powder. You could have just left it alone and that would have been done. And so I'm kicking it up a notch, okay, by embossing it. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe that. I can't see it, but for my own sanity, I'm cleaning it off just in case there's any remaining. Okay, oops. You're going to cover up. Before I turn on my heating tool, I really need to cover up. Yeah, cover that up and close this. Put it off to the side. Okay. Take my heating tool. Now this one, you're gonna wait until it gets shiny. So you'll see though that the powder that's on there is a dull color, but when you use the heating tool, it melts it. And now, okay, whoops. There we go. And now we have, now it stands out more, stands out better, right? So in this case, in this card, this is a little bit more advanced only because I use the, I use dies to make this. And I'll show you that just so that you can have an idea of what that looks like. But anyways, this, for this simple card, now we just go ahead and put it on the base. And normally, see this right here is elevated because I used a foam adhesive sheet to lift it when I ran it. And I was going to show you anyway an example of this, how I did this. But since that was lifted, I just didn't feel that it was necessary to lift the center paper. But in this case, since this is flat, we can use some adhesive here to lift the paper. And so we're going to go ahead and use the foam strips. I love these things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, oops, there's two of them. Let me take one. These are all Stampin' Up! Product, and I love them. Super. That's the one thing about Stampin' Up! That I love is like they have everything. Like so this is my adhesive scissors. I don't know what you guys have, but I don't like to, you know, I use different scissors. I have a fabric scissor, I have a paper scissor, I have adhesive scissors. And, well, with adhesive especially, because with adhesive, it's a drag when your scissors have sticky stuff on it. And like, you can't open or close it, it's just a drag. So, I've designated that as my my adhesive scissors. So I'm going to take another, hold on a second, get another one of these because the middle was sagging and I want to make sure that it's going to stick. You don't really need to have it be that long, but I'm going to do it. Okay. You know, well, let's also close up little open spots here. So, and Okay. Great. So now I'm going to take off the backings of everything. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And there you go. So pretty. I love this card. But then again, you know, I like the color combination too. I think it's really pretty. And I like that the Bermuda Bay stands out with the yellow. So let me show you though. So this is the one card. And then here's the other one. But let me just show you really quick how these work. So here is what I use to cut this out. And there's these foam sheets that Stampin' Up! Sells. And you take your, in my case, my cutting and embossing. This is the Mondo Beast one. But you would go ahead and put it in here. And I used, this is the Playful Alphabet dies. And so I would go ahead and take, I'm just going to take the A here. And put it on, so you take the paper, okay, and there's two sides that are both sticky, and each side has this protective cover so it doesn't stick on everything. And you remove part of it, and then you put the paper down on it. Okay, and they're a complete sheet. So let me show you. It looks like this. So this whole sheet is a is an adhesive sheet, and it's called yeah, foam adhesive sheets. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and so like I said, see how part of it, that's the protective sheet or protective layer that's there so it doesn't stick on everything. You go ahead and you put your die on, oops, you put your die on the paper, on your cardstock, okay, and then you put your plate down, you run it through your cutting and emboss machine, cut and emboss machine, have it go back and forth to make sure that you get it, right? And then you pull it out, and voila, you have an A. So let me see. And so then keep the backing on. But here's your letter A. I don't know if you guys could see that. And the middle sections there, but this is what I did. I did happy, and I went ahead and I stuck it on my card. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. But I did want to show you an example of that. And like I said, I use the Playful Alphabet dies, which is in the annual catalog as well. Okay, move that out of the way. And put this back, because if I don't, it'd be horrible. Okay, so now let's make, now you know you can't, you know, you're not gonna find, whatchamacallit, you are not going to find envelopes, right? I mean, you might, but why not make it? So we're gonna make it. We're gonna make an envelope for this card, okay? And this envelope will have the dimension of, I don't know, but I know where to score. So anyways, this is what your card's going to look at. It's very cool. I love it. Because you wouldn't be able to see it, but I've scored it already. And I went ahead and I put a black marker on it just so that you guys could see. But I went ahead and I scored, this is the 11, right? This is the 11-inch side. And so I went ahead and I scored at, wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh no, here. Okay, so I went ahead and I did this side first, and I scored it at 3.5. Is this 3.5? Oh no, hold on. Sorry. Oh, I scored it at a 1/2 inch here. Okay, and then I scored it at 3 3/4. So from this line, 3 3/4. Okay, and then I went all the way to 7.5 right here. Wait, I can't read my, hold on a second. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So 3 3/4 here. That's what I did. I went ahead and did 3 3/4. Then I went to 7.5, scored it here. Okay, and then at 8 inches, I cut. So that's what I did. Sorry. And then on this side, I did 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. I scored it here. Okay. And then I went to 10.5 because this is 11, right? I went to 10.5. And then I scored right there. Okay. So now I'm going to do some cutting and some bone folding. So let me get my bone folder and my scissors. These are my paper scissors with their snippets right through Stampin' Up. Oh, so I'm going to do the bone folding first. So I'm going to fold here. Now, I figure it'd be really cute to make the envelope, since I know I'm not going to find an envelope and, you know, that length. I'm sure I could buy one, but I decided why. I could make one. Okay. And then I'm going to go and fold this way. Now, once after we finish folding and cutting everything, it's going to be very important to where you glue, okay? Because where you glue is going to make a big difference here. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead. So this is the lip that's going to keep the two larger sides closed, okay? But before that, since we're closing it, it doesn't matter which one you cut, but I would say it's gonna go like this. Yeah, so we can cut this side. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this side first. So you need to cut down this way. And then we're going to cut across here. actually it's really fun to make your own envelopes because they match the project, right? It's just really nice, I guess, way to, you know, the combination of your envelope and your card matching. I think that's sort of cool. Hold on a second. Just trying to figure this out. Yep. We're going to go ahead and cut here. Okay. And cut there. Okay, so it's going to go like this. And then this is going to go up like this. Oops, I need to cut. There's some of the, it's not allowing me to cut it correctly or fold it. So I'm just going to cut some more off. I can tell that's having difficulties folding up. So I'm going to just take that off. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to, I think the last time when I did this, and I'm actually going to use this because the scissors are just, it's not as clean. So I think what I did was, not like this, and I'm just going to clean it up. And sort of put it right there. Just gonna there we go. A little bit cleaner. Okay. And what helps is this bone folder too. That's gonna help it be cleaner also. Okay. So what I did was, when I did this card, I went ahead and I curved the edges to give it a nice look. So I just sort of took my scissors and sort of curved the edges here. Okay. And I also took, let's see here, where is that? So for this one, let's see here. Oh, here it is. I have this, oh, no, that's not the one. This is discontinued, but I have a, I do have a die that I can use, but I'm just going to use this because it's easier, to put that notch in. There you go. That makes it easy. So now you gotta, let's close this up. So when we close it, the tape or the glue has to go right here. And the glue that I'm going to use to keep it shut is this tape adhesive. This is also Stampin' Up. Hey. I guess I hadn't opened that one. Gonna take this tape, put this on here, and this is pretty strong. So I typically use glue, meaning my Tombow glue, but for this one, I didn't, you know, we're going to have to keep it closed, and I didn't want it to take forever, so I decided using the tape would be good. So when it closes, it'll be like that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and take the tape off, or the protective backing off the tape. So double-sided tape, okay? And go ahead and close. Okay. And now I'm going to put some of this double-sided tape on this bottom part so that we can close it. You can tear it off. Yeah. There we go. And I'll fold it up. Okay, great. And then this is our detailed trio, and these are all the different like punches that you can do with it. So I'm just going to put here and curve the edge, and so I'm going to do that. And I could have eyed it, but I don't want to. Oh, I decided to use this punch. Just makes it easier. That's in the annual catalog. And so, seals up nicely. Take their card and put it in like so. There you go. And mail it off. Beautiful. So, we made two. Well, I made this one. This is a little bit more advanced one. This is, you know, taking the dies and cutting that up. But this one was super simple, even if I did emboss it. And it's just as cute. But anyways, there you have it. I'll be posting this and along with the details of the products that I used. And hopefully you could go to my Stampin' Up! Store to purchase what it is that I used to make this. And I hope to hear from you soon. This is great. So see you next Sunday. Bye.